everybody. Welcome to ItsKim Live. Hi, I'm ItsKim. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time here, here's the way the show normally works. First, we start with the main headline. That's what's in the thumbnail, what's in the title, probably why you clicked on this video. We're going to get into that topic in just a few moments. After that, we have a halftime section where I communicate with my beautiful, beautiful community of space angels who are all coming in. It is so good to see you guys. And then we have a fun section towards the end called What the Wut, where we look at something from around the internet that is interesting, funny, crazy, all that good stuff. If you're watching on the replay, there will be timestamps so you can jump around wherever you would like to go. But wow, do we have a lot to go through today, everybody. It has been a day. Thank you, everybody who is coming in. It is good to see everybody. Kyle in the chat. Kyle, I saw a message from you. With your permission, I'd love to share this with the angels, if you're cool with that. You let me know. I also do want to say right off the bat, thank you so much to General Scott, who sent in a PayPal to me earlier. It means the world to me. You're making me cry, dude. Thank you so much for your love and your support of this channel, as always. And of me, it means the world to me, as you just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. As well, Gene Rick, thank you for the super sticker you sent in of the 1-up. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, Mary G just came in and said, hi, Kim, new subscriber here. Welcome. Welcome. I hope everybody is kind and good. Oh, Kyle just said go for it. Okay. All right. Do you guys want to see the funny thing that Kyle sent producer sister? Because he's okayed it. He's okayed it. Also, I'm just seeing her for the first time too. Lacey just got her hair cut, everybody. Are we ready for an early Lacey moment? For those of you who've never seen the show before, sometimes I show you guys my dog Lacey, because she always sits with me and she's adorable, and sometimes she burps into the microphone and stuff like that. So I'm gonna grab her and show you guys her new haircut. I'm so excited. Hi, sweetie. Hi. You've been defluffied. I mean, you're still fluffy. But yes, Lacey has had her haircut. I missed you. It's so weird when she's not home. I don't know how to function. Does anybody else have that problem when their dogs aren't home? Yeah. Oh, when I ink of you say you're my I'm a savage poem yesterday. Oh, we're gonna go over all of that today. We've got so much Diddy news. My head is spinning. Oh, my head is spinning. Okay. And I am joined by my partner in crime, producer sister, who just came in and sat down. She had to grab Lacey for me. How you doing, producer sister?
I'm okay.
Are we ready for today?
It's been a busy day.
Oh my gosh. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Chaos. Oh my goodness. But I will say thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you've hit that like button. Please make sure you've hit that subscribe button. All that good stuff. It means the world to me, and it helps me out on this channel a lot. And it's gonna be a show today, guys. I hope you guys are ready and strapped in, because we've had some very interesting breaking news over the past couple of hours.
I called this. Just saying.
In all honesty, so did Pascal. He was so proud. I was watching his stream this morning. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my goodness. But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Vicky A, also thank you for the gifted memberships. I think that brings us to 10 right off the bat. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I do want to let you guys know we are going to be going over the basics of the 5 new Buzbee lawsuits. And unfortunately, those are pretty disturbing. So trigger warning to you guys. It's a lot of what we have unfortunately heard previously as far as the subject matter. But just so you guys are aware, we're going to censor words and such, but it is very disturbing, so just be forewarned. But that being said, this stream will include speculation and opinion that should not be taken as fact. Always do your own research. Links to the sources are in the description of this video. I have the links there to give credit where credit is due, and also because if you want to know why I've kind of come to these conclusions, you can take a look for yourself and see. And hi, YouTube Human Reviewer. We have tried to ensure this video is appropriate according to your community guidelines by, you know, not using trigger words and making sure that certain things are fuzzed out, all those types of things, because we care about this platform and we would like to stay on it, and I am doing my best. And viewers, please do not send hate to anyone, famous or not. It's not cute. We are all entitled to our own opinions, but do not cause or do not do anything that would cause harm to people in real life. I do not support hate of any kind. Sorry, I feel like I need to burp. I'm sorry. I know that's like oversharing, but just so like I'm trying so hard to not. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm a human. I'm human. Okay, we're better. Sorry about that. Also, Sean Combs is innocent until proven guilty of all crimes and allegations and maintains his innocence on some of the crimes alleged. And I say that because he's admitted that it's him in the video with Cassie. But you know, that was a moment in a 10-year loving relationship. They were in love. At times it was toxic, but they were in love. So it's fine. It's fine. I can't get over that defense. I'm sorry, guys. It's still driving me nuts. So yes, it's been a crazy few days. Everything is kind of a blur at this point, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm covering everything and getting you guys up to speed. The first thing that I want to mention right off the bat, because I've been getting messages about it, I've been getting comments about it, as I think most content creators have been. I am aware, producer sister, I don't know if you're aware of this, that there have been 2 creators that have been approached by people claiming to be private investigators that want to know if they are being paid by someone to talk about Diddy on their social medias. And it seems like these people have kind of been like, you know, boo Diddy, like most people are. But it has definitely caused some concern. It's very creepy. I can tell you right off the bat, I'm a pretty small fish in this ocean of content creators, to be fair. I have not been approached. You better believe it that if I ever did get approached, there would be an immediate call to the police, and I would be grabbing a baseball bat. Because I'm not putting up with any of that. Absolutely not. We all are allowed to talk about issues of public concern, and this is absolutely an issue of public concern. I am not being paid by anyone other than Google AdSense for doing YouTube because I am a monetized creator and the things that you guys send me.
No different than any other story.
Nope, and that's not happening. That's not happening. So I am hopeful that this will stop because it is basically harassment in my opinion. And yeah, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. It's a little bit ridiculous. When we last talked, we were awaiting a response from the prosecution regarding Diddy's team's claims that privileged information had been seized from his cell unlawfully. They did respond after a stream. I sent out a community post linking you guys to Court Listener, who great website that posts a lot of the legal documents to do with USA versus Sean Combs for free. So if you are interested in seeing those documents, you can go and check those out. They're usually up like within the hour. That they're posted on Pacer. So it's a pretty good place to go specifically for the federal indictment. It does not cover the civil suits, which now we're upwards of 35. But for the federal case, it's there. So I sent you guys the link. You guys were welcome to take a look at it. And essentially what the prosecution said was, we didn't do anything wrong. The investigators that were checking out the jail from this pre-scheduled kind of jail raid to make sure that there weren't things in the prison that there shouldn't be because this is a very dangerous prison. The investigators went in. They were aware that Sean was doing stuff in the prison that he shouldn't have been doing, essentially, from my understanding. And they then took the information that they got, sent it through a filter team, or as Diddy's team kept calling it, a taint team. Which, you know, to some people, that means something different. But I'm just saying, it was the team that was supposed to make sure that his rights were protected, that his information was protected, and the prosecution just said, you know, we followed policy, we didn't do anything wrong, was their response. To which Diddy's team fought back and went, no, there's something wrong here. We need this hearing. And then they met and they had the hearing. So I have the summary of the hearing, followed up by the judge's filings today, which make all of this very interesting. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's entertaining. So we are gonna get to that after we go through the Buzbee lawsuits, and I hope that that is okay with you guys and we are all on the same page. Does that make sense, producer sister?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's just bizarre. Elisa, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I think that takes us to 15.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you so much. And I thought I saw earlier that you're still waiting to have your baby. I hope that happens soon for you. I'm assuming you're ready. You're ready. So I hope everything goes well. Uh, yeah, Kyle, you will respect my authority. I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there. It was a moment. Okay, so the lawsuits, the Buzbee lawsuits, we're just going to go through the general summaries of these. I believe we are going to do our best to read through them on the live show tomorrow on Popcorn. Um, but yeah, it's been a tough week for me in some ways and pain wise. So we're just going to go over this. I want to make sure that every victim gets a moment on this show. I think all of these stories matter regardless of how repetitive they seem to be. So we're going to go through them now with this lovely article from Us Weekly that did actually a fairly good summary of everything. So Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with 5 new SA lawsuits as he awaits trial on federal ST charges. I'm sorry about that. The 5 alleged victims all filed suits anonymously on Tuesday, November 19th, late last night. I actually finally found the case numbers last night for them. It finally came up on Pacer Monitor at about 1 a.m. So they filed it very late last night, seeking compensatory and punitive damages from Diddy. One of the 3 John Does claimed that he was given substances at an after party in Miami before being essayed and entered by Diddy. The court documents obtained by Us Weekly claimed that the plaintiff lost consciousness after consuming a beverage at the party and woke up to a sharp pain in his private regions, and alleged that he then saw Diddy ready to go, trying to insert himself into the plaintiff, and he could not fight back due to the substances in his system. The second John Doe claimed that he was lured to New York City to meet Diddy for a possible acting role in a music video. During a meeting about the role, which took place in a hotel suite, the accuser claimed that a casting director gave him a Diet Coke that tasted strange. And the man claimed he later lost consciousness and woke up to find himself face down across an ottoman with his pants pulled down. He felt a great deal of pain and realized as he looked back that he was being essayed. By Combs, the lawsuit alleges his vision was blurry, but he recognized Combs' chest tattoo and large gold chain with a jeweled cross on it that Combs wore during the interview. The plaintiff further claimed that Diddy's bodyguard held him down by the arms during the alleged essay. Now, I wanted to mention here, this is kind of, I'm starting to get a little bit like these bodyguards. Diddy's bodyguards. I'm seeing too much of these guys being mentioned. And I'm getting a little bit concerned. I hope these people are being investigated. That's all I'm going to say. The third John Doe claimed that he was given substances and then essayed while attending a New York City party hosted by Diddy in or around of 2022. The man claimed he blacked out after consuming a drink and woke up in a dark bedroom to find Diddy on top of him, doing things to him. One of the 2 Jane Does who filed a lawsuit on Tuesday claimed that she was 17 when Diddy allegedly used substances on her and AR'd her at his 4th of July all-white party in the Hamptons in 2024. This year. 4th of July. I am really hoping that if they got good evidence on this, that this can be criminal. Because, I'm sorry, like what? That's insane. That's crazy. The woman claimed that she began to feel lightheaded and disoriented after consuming a drink at a party. When she woke, she claimed her underwear was missing, and she felt throbbing pains in her private areas. The woman alleged that Diddy, accompanied by 2 of his bodyguards, then approached her and told her she would be in danger if she spoke about what occurred. Now, the second Jane Doe claimed that she was given substances and forced to perform acts using her mouth on Diddy in 2001. She alleged that she started to feel dizzy, intoxicated, and disoriented after consuming a drink given to her by one of the rapper's associates while in a limo with Diddy and members of his security team. The woman claimed that Diddy ordered her and her friend to take turns performing acts on each of the men in the limo, noting that they complied due to the substances and being confined among numerous men. All 5 alleged victims are represented by the Buzbee law firm, founded by Tony Buzbee. Diddy denied all of the allegations via a statement from his lawyer, Erica Wolf. So the extortion lawsuit against Mr. Buzbee exposes his... Oh, okay, so that's also in response. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, Buzbee, we talked about this on Monday. Buzbee has been hit with a lawsuit from a prominent man in the entertainment industry. There are rumors going around about who it is. I've heard them. I'm not going to say because I don't have anything to to confirm that at this time, and I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth or whatever. And clearly, this person wants to remain anonymous. But there's been some questions now as far as like, is Buzbee going to have to kind of change his style of how he's doing this? Because if he's going to get countersued by these celebrities, you might as well just put it all out there, Like, just saying, enough is enough. He's been holding back on these names for a while, and I understand why. Like, I understand that he has to do what's in the best interests of his client and what they want to do. But I feel like things need to change a little bit with the way that this is going. We need names. We need names. This is crazy. But the statement from Diddy's lawyer: the extortion lawsuit against Mr. Buzbee exposes his barrage of lawsuits against Mr. Combs for what they are: shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. The statement shared with us reads: as his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and integrity of the judicial process. Okay. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never essayed or many cards anybody, man, woman, adult, or minor. So this has been going on. I don't have many more updates to do with this case. I think a lot of it is basically behind the scenes at the time. But something else did happen with Mr. Buzbee. He got sued by a previous client. And this is something I feel like this is getting lost. I think people are saying he got sued and they're going, yeah, the prominent man. No, we got another one. So Tony has been sued now twice this week, he himself. And this is a former client who is alleging that she was aid by Tony, and that then there were issues to do with the finances. She went to him for a divorce situation. Like she got his lawyer services for a divorce, and it didn't go well. So for all we know, this is a disgruntled, client that felt that she didn't get enough money out of her settlement or whatever ended up happening. I mean, the way that this is going, potentially, is this a setup? I don't know. We'll see. But just so you guys are aware, this is also a thing that is happening with Buzbee. It's pretty crazy. Let me go. Let me just double checking here. Okay, so there was that. Then we get into the hearing yesterday. So we have this great article actually from People. They did a fantastic job, I think, summarizing everything. So we're just going to go through it, just in case you guys were not following what happened in the date in the trial hearing yesterday, or not. It was a trial hearing, but emergency meeting. A federal judge said that he would not consider evidence obtained during a sweep of Sean Diddy Combs' jail cell at his upcoming bail hearing, representing a win for the music mogul. Arguable, but we'll keep going. So the judge also ruled that the prosecution will need to destroy copies of the 19 pages of notes obtained after the sweep. Okay. Combs appeared in court, notably without shackles, on Tuesday, November 19th, seeming more relaxed than at previous hearings. He walked into court wearing a khaki jumpsuit and hugged his attorneys. Oh, that's nice. The hearing was called after the defense made an accusation in a Monday night filing that Combs' attorney-client privilege had been violated when items were seized from his cell during a Bureau of Prisons sweep, which the mogul's attorney called outrageous government conduct and due process violation. The defense further claimed that the seizure included notes that Combs had written to his lawyers concerning his defense strategies. When we visit him in jail, we have lists, Combs' attorney, Mark, said in court Tuesday. This is the Costco attorney, by the way, just so you guys know. Not that it's Costco's attorney, but this is the one that was like, he shops at Costco. Everything in these pads are things we discuss. Trial strategy, who we should speak to undermine a witness's credibility. We discuss everything with Mr. Combs. Prosecutors argued that most of the items taken during the sweep, which the government says was pre-planned at the facility before Combs' arrest, which I would assume they would have to be. Like, these are probably planned, I would guess, was unrelated to the case, and they did not target specific inmates and were not legally privileged. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic revealed during the hearing that notes taken from Combs' cell were mostly related to personal matters, including birthdays and inspirational quotes. Which left us to be like, what, is Diddy like reading chicken soup stories? Is he writing poetry? You know?
It's Diddy's version of purpose-driven life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what's in these inspirational quotes. That's the thing I want to know the most out of all this now. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Slavic also emphasized that during the hearing that the investigation is very much ongoing. And that was kind of the joke about the "you will respect my authority" earlier, because basically what she did say at one point was, yeah, the investigation's ongoing. We're doing a lot of things watching what Diddy is doing, and we don't have to tell him anything. We don't. We don't. He has no authority to tell us or to make us tell him anything, right? When I started thinking about that. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was years ago. I was in the UK. There was like a parish meeting of some counselors, and it was a Zoom meeting, and one of them got kicked out for not having proper conduct, and they're all yelling at each other about, like, you have no authority to do that. You have no authority here at all. And I'm like, oh gosh, we're going back to that. But it was a moment. It was a moment, and it was a bit of a mic drop, and it was beautiful. So in the response to the defense filing that sparked the hearing, prosecutors said the notes found in the cell were first vetted by a filter team before they were given to the team prosecuting Combs' case. In a separate defense filing, Combs' lawyers also requested that he appear in court unshackled for all future court appearances. They argued that his appearance in shackles could potentially create juror bias, given the amount of press coverage and the proceedings have received. The judge granted the request prior to Tuesday's hearing. Now, we're going to get into the next stuff. I have to take a drink quickly. Oh gosh, Kyle. I'm sorry, you guys are amazing. I am laughing right now at this chat. What? When I give you chicken soup for the savage soul? Kyle, my love, a Diddy memoir? This is, I'm sorry, this is kind of funny. This is great. This is beautiful. Okay. I do want to just address something quickly, because I had a moment last night that I generally don't do this. I get hate comments, right? Like any content creator, we all get hate comments because people have feelings and people don't know how to act. But I had this one person that basically came at me saying that I was a literal child because I thought that Sean Combs should be in shackles when he went into court. And here's the thing. The more you go into this case, the more you start to realize that there is a pattern of violence when you look at Sean Diddy Combs. And some of that is alleged, some of it is not. And I go back to the reporting that has followed him since his college days, where he had the nickname Puff or Puffy. And that was apparently due to his temper, based on what I have read. There are allegations at that time of people seeing him beating someone outside of the school. We also know there's been incidents allegedly with, I believe, a coach and a kettleball producer's sister. We remember that?
Yeah, something like that.
A music producer that he attacked and then had to go and have anger management, if I'm remembering this correctly.
Wasn't it like a day? One
Yeah,
day
it was
of
like
anger
1 day of
management?
anger management. There was another allegation that apparently he grabbed someone by the throat and held them over a balcony. And we have the tape of Cassie. He is innocent until proven guilty. But when the government is in possession of evidence that strongly indicates that this man has an issue controlling his emotions and being violent, yeah, I do think he should be shackled. Now, if they can't keep control of their client in the courtroom, right, like his lawyers, if they can't keep control of him and he lashes out or whatever, go ahead. That's fine with me. It's not going to help his case at all. But I mean, I'm very frustrated with with covering this case. How much of my life right now is eating, breathing, and sleeping, understanding the full context of Diddy. Going back longer than I've been alive, trying to understand everything. It's easy to look at any of these judgments and go, oh, well, that's ridiculous. This is so huge, I don't even know how to explain it to people. And I did not respond to this individual, but I can tell you, I don't think that myself believing when someone is in custody due to obstruction of justice, racketeering, ST, and has a history of violence, I don't think me thinking they should be shackled means that I'm a child. But that's an interesting, perspective to have. Producer sister.
Yeah.
What did you think about him not being shackled yesterday?
I don't know enough about other cases to know when they've made exceptions for taking off the shackles. That's kind of what I'm interested in, is what is the precedence for that before I form a full opinion. I am definitely more comfortable with it because of the sense that it's not open to the public.
Yeah.
So by the judge ruling that they're not putting public in danger, if that makes any sense. However, I do understand this is a person with a pattern of violence, both that has been alleged in the charges and that we have seen as the general population over a period of time. So it does give me pause, and that's why I kind of want to know what is the precedent for those who have come before. Have they been let out or had them taken off, or is this him getting preferential treatment?
And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of that, admittedly. But I also do want to say, Angela Dawn, thank you very much. The man set Kid Cudi's car on fire for talking to Cassie. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
But he doesn't have access to any of those, anything like that in the courtroom unless he starts to, throw fists. And I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure the bailiff and other security people would take him down pretty quickly. It's not like he has access to any weapons going into the courtroom. So, or his posse to do his bidding.
I'm sorry, Gordon Jackson, thank you for this comment. Imagine him doing the, I'm a savage, y'all, and whatever I want, I must get. I must get it. In court. Leave those shackles on, please. And that's kind of my logic, right? I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, I think the judge kind of, gave him a bit of leniency there. Okay, fine. And then this morning, as you can see here, filed today, the judge has made 2 orders, essentially. So here is the first one. Now this stuff is basically what we've already covered. For the reasons stated at the hearing held yesterday, the government, with the exception of the filter team, must immediately delete all of the photographed notes at issue, pending on the court's ruling of whether they are covered by attorney-client privilege. So the way I read that is filter team's going to keep it. You guys need to delete it. We're going to continue talking about whether or not this is attorney-client privilege. But for now, it needs to go. The government should confirm on or before tomorrow that the notes have been deleted. Based on the government's representation that the filter team has no involvement in either the grand jury investigation or this litigation, the filter team may retain copies of the photograph notes, but may not provide them to anything else. Or to anyone else. That's fair. Briefing on the defendant's application relating to these notes will follow this schedule. So we're going to hear more about this. This isn't over. Defendant's brief to be filed on December 4th, the government's response by December 9th, and the defendant's reply by December 11th. So we're going to get a whole bunch of back and forth about these specific notes. That's all coming in December. Merry Christmas to us. The brief should include citations to the best cases supporting or refuting the requested belief. Finally, the defendant's reply brief on this renewed notion for bail at docket 60 is now due on Thursday, November 21st at 12 p.m. So he's going to have another rebuttal that he's going to be able to put out tomorrow by noon. Hooray. And then we had this one. Document 77. Hold on to your butts, everybody. As my friend Andy says, let's go.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. Oh, I was not ready. In his November 19th, 2024 letter to the court, filed prior to the hearing that same day, the defendant stated that a government investigator took photographs of several items, including intact pages from 2 different legal pads, and ripped out pages of other legal pads. The letter also described the legal pads in detail and argued that they were privileged in part because on the top of the legal pads and notes, the defendant has a folder marked legal, which put anyone on notice that everything along with the folder marked legal is attorney-client material. At the hearing, defense counsel presented the court with an intact legal pad with legal written on the binding, stating that the legal label on this and other pads showed that they were clearly protected by attorney-client privilege and should not be in the government's possession. Okay, so we're following. These pads were all supposed to be marked. The defense told the judge explicitly that they were marked. The court notes that the sealed exhibit to the government brief, docket 72-1, includes photographs of 2 intact legal pads taken at the time of the sweep. There's no writing on the binding of either pad. At the scheduled hearing on Friday, November 22nd, defense counsel should be prepared to give the court further context on the legal label that the court was presented with on November 19th, 2024 hearing, and to address why the label doesn't appear on the photographs in the court's possession, and why it wasn't addressed in the defendant's submission to the court made a few hours before the November 19th hearing. So, to me, and I'm not a legal expert, I'm just me, but to me, what this looks like is the defense was like, hey, maybe we can get the feds on this. So we're going to say that all of it was privileged, maybe write it on there, show the judge that when we go into the courtroom after we demand an emergency hearing, and try to get this to go our way. That's what it looks like to me. And now, at this man's bail hearing, the defense team has to go before the judge and explain to them why there is this inconsistency and quite possibly why they lied to the judge that made special accommodation to give them an emergency hearing yesterday, while also simultaneously trying to say, our client is doing nothing wrong. Our client is safe if we take him out of prison from obstruction of justice, even though he's already doing it within the prison walls. Because the stuff that was in the rebuttal from the prosecution, separate from these notes, to me, is enough to keep him in prison. What it shows is a consistent pattern of him manipulating the systems within the prison to be able to indulge or to be able to partake in witness tampering and obstruction of justice. This is a nightmare for the defense. I, keeping in mind that the defense team is also accused of knowing basically that Diddy was doing all of this, that he was illegally contacting people who were not on his contact list through apps, through three-way calling, all that stuff. And they all have to waltz in there, look at this judge, and go,
Trust me,
he
bro.
would never. He would never. He would never. Right? It's like that quote we read on Monday of the he wouldn't do it. And he wouldn't do it because we wouldn't let him do it. And he wouldn't do it because he has the common sense not to do it. And blah, 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 blah. This is so bad. I don't even... The way my jaw hit the floor. Guys, the way my jaw hit the floor. This is so beautiful. I love this letter. Producer sister, when I read you this, what was your reaction?
That he wrote it on after.
I know, but just like, oh, like,
what was stopping him from writing it on after? Except, I have to believe, one, they're taking pictures while they're doing this. I would be surprised if they weren't wearing a body cam. Just to cover their own butts so people can't come back and say crap like this, and that they have proof that it's not a doctored photo or anything like that. At the time that it was seized and pictures were taken, it did not say that. I have to believe they were wearing body cams. Now, I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't have proof of that, but
I mean, they have asked for the surveillance,
so
which I would be interested
that would
to
include
have
a body cam.
And that's the thing. I'm here to get to the truth of the matter, but I'm just saying a lot of this is very, very sus. Kyle just said the ink isn't even dry. I mean, it looks what it looks like, you know? And I just thought,
like a duck.
Able to sass, does the legal pad contain client privileged information, even though the word legal was not written on the pad? But here's the thing. That's part of why the filter team is there. Right? Because they have to take a look at it and go, do we believe that this is attorney-client privilege? And go from there. So and regardless of that, if the images and then what was shown in court don't match,
you in trouble.
It doesn't look good one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's not great. But yes, Silky, I believe, was it Silky? Where is it? Yes. Why you always lying?
Why you
Diddy,
always
what you
lying?
doing? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh! Stop. Stop lying. This is not going to go well.
Like, they're going to find out. I don't understand why they think... Let's assume what we think is happening happened and that they wrote it after the fact.
And we could be wrong.
We could be wrong. We do not have proof in court yet. But why would you think you wouldn't get caught on this? Just like, why wouldn't you think you wouldn't get caught three-way calling people in prison and taking other inmates' phone time? Like... You are not above the law.
He's not. And I feel like this is something he's going to learn real fast because one of the
hard way.
The other things I can't help but notice is that I just had a brain fart. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Seriously, my brain just like completely reset.
Nice.
It was like a sim that had like a whole bunch of stuff all lined up and it all just went, nah, we're out, nah. I remember the judge yesterday when we were reading the live tweeting from Inner City Press, which shout out to you, you brilliant, wonderful, wonderful man. I was getting the vibe that the judge was pissed.
Well, this is not going to help that.
No, I was, and I mean, it's hard because like, obviously like you don't hear tone. You can't see body language. It's a tweet. But, or is it a zeet? Is it an X-seat? What do they call them now? Individual X messages.
I don't even know.
It's a tweet. Okay.
It's a tweet.
It's a tweet. I was very much getting the feeling that the judge was frustrated that this had happened and that they've had to make changes to accommodate this and everything else. I don't think this is going to help. So I think it will be interesting to see what happens at this hearing on Friday. I don't think he's getting bail. And pretty much every legal expert I have heard talk about it has agreed. And I don't think this is going to help.
But
So,
I am looking forward to the smackdown that this judge may give them if this is true.
oh my gosh, if you lied, if you lied to the judge's face defense team,
That blatantly?
oh my gosh. That's brutal. Anyway, these are the main topics of today. This brings us up to date with where we're at on Diddy. I will likely be on Popcorn on Friday covering the bail hearing. So if you guys want to know what's going on with that, we'll be following Intercity Press as we have for a few of these hearings, and try to give you guys the best information we can as up to date as possible. And just to be clear, because again, every stream I get these comments, every single one, whether it's here or it's on Popcorn. There are no cameras in the courtroom. There are no audio feeds in the courtroom. It's federal court. There never are. It's not preferential treatment. It's the way they do things. And this is unfortunately going to be the way that this is the whole way through this trial process, because that is how New York does it. We can't change it. It is what it is. So that's what we got. We got reloading Twitter and the bat signal from producer sister.
Hi. At some point, I wonder if I should just put a bunch of the bat signals in the chat every time.
Bat signal, bat signal, bat signal. Oh, that's going to get so confusing, though, with the delay.
I know.
Oh, my
Well, no, the
goodness.
chat's not delayed. The chat happens right away.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's like... Maybe we'll need to do something like visually. That
I can
like
flash the lights
yeah,
above
like
your head.
Yeah, we'll have like maybe not red flashes because I don't want to give people seizures, but like a blue flash or something.
I can flash the light above your head.
Yeah, just like that one right there. It's like I get like a halo and then not, and then it's like there we go, we're done. Oh goodness.
I do have one point too, and V-Love said it in the chat, and I was thinking it too.
Mm-hmm.
And V-Love said incoming charges for his lawyers. If this is true, at what point do the lawyers get charged?
I don't know. I think it's a good question. I mean, personally, what I think is going on, and I've said this is my speculation, this is my opinion, I don't have any evidence to back this up, but as the individual said at the court hearing yesterday, the investigation is still ongoing. There's still grand jury meetings going on. They're looking at other things. And I'm guessing the next indictment they put out is not going to be one charge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also doubting that it's only going to be in regards to one individual, because this is a racketeering case.
Yeah.
Usually that takes more than one person. Just saying. But I'm guessing they may have held back because maybe they were hoping that certain people would flip. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the method was. Method to the madness. But if there is another indictment, I would not be surprised if the court date gets moved. I personally don't think we're going to see court in May.
No.
I will be very surprised if we do. And I mean, if we do, we do. But that's just my theory.
It's just, you are literally aiding and abetting.
Yep.
An inmate.
Yep.
On tape.
Yep.
And now in a court of law, potentially.
Directly to the judge's face.
Like, really, guys? At what point? What is the line?
Just stop. Stop lying.
Stop lying.
Stop lying. Just stop lying. Well, with that, those are the main topics of today. We are now in halftime, which is the part of the show where I communicate with you guys. I can't believe how many people are here right now. Thank you guys for choosing to be here today with me. Honestly means the world to me. I know you have so many options and places you can go to get your pop culture fix and your Diddy fix and any of that type of stuff. So thank you so much for choosing me today. I know we lose some of you guys now once we're through the main topic, and that's totally fine, but you are welcome to stick around. Take part in the chat, get to know in the community. We like to have lots of fun here because the world sucks. and sometimes we need to laugh. Sometimes we need to laugh. And I know I need to catch up on some support that has come in. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Boo-boo. Okay, so We're at 15 gifted memberships right now. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you to General Scott, Vicky A, and Elisa. That is so incredibly kind of you. I so appreciate it. Thank you, Heather, who just sent me a PayPal as well. That is so kind of you. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's going. A lot of that stuff is going towards my car. You guys know those types of calls. This is not a good time. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for helping me keep the lights on. All that good stuff. Carbonized also has been a member for 14 months, saying smash that like Court is gonna smash Diddy. Smash that like. Smash that like. Smash that sub. And then Carbonized sent in a super chat as well. Thank you so much, saying, oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. You got caught, Diddy. The judge caught you. That is so embarrassing. I mean, it really is. It really is. I'm excited to hear the rebuttal.
Yeah, I want to hear what they're
I'm wondering if they're gonna file a rebuttal before the court date. Like, if we're gonna get something today that's like, Your Honor, it wasn't us. It was Costco.
Trust me, bro.
Costco's the one. We're gonna blame everything on Costco. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nuts. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, producer sister.
Yeah.
Would you be able to send me that image from Kyle?
I did.
Did you? Okay. Let me find it.
It's on Insta.
It's on Insta? Okay,
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me pull that up. Yeah. Bonus points to anybody who knows what that's from. So, on Monday, we looked at a whole bunch of things that were kind of designy fails type thing, and some of it was clothing, and for some reason there was a lot of feet and a lot of fingernails and weird stuff, just stuff that should not exist. And Kyle wanted to share this with producer sister. I'm going to put or producer sister, do you want to introduce this before I put it up on screen?
I think Kyle pretty much sums it up. He just says time for the nightmare fuel.
So this is a real article. This is a real accessory that someone Kyle was close to wore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But it was on a regular basis. This was
an everyday use.
Everyday use. I'm not trying to shame nobody. But what is that? The zipper on the lips. I am not okay. It just takes the cake. I'm not okay. What is that? Kyle.
As he said, they got a lot of looks.
I'm not surprised. It's looking at me.
Yeah, it's
staring into my soul. I am traumatized. I feel like I'm entitled to compensation at this point. You know, call the mesothelioma lawyers and let's do another round. You know what I mean? Like, what even is this? I can't. So I wanted to carbonize. No, it's looking at me.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you to this beautiful, beautiful community for sending us things that make us smile. We appreciate you. We love you. And we love to share the wealth. This is one of those moments. Kyle, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I can't imagine having to be in the same room with that thing. You know, like somebody puts it like on their dresser. You wake up in the morning and it's staring at you. I can't.
You walk to the front door and it's like staring at you as you're getting ready to go out.
I'm sorry, Gordon. I should have had a trigger warning. I apologize. Oddly enough, out of all the things we've read today, this does rank up there with some of the most disturbing things that have come out of my mouth. Yeah. It's a lot. But we do have a What the What today. Mm-hmm. It is not design fails. It looks like it's like a Reddit story.
It is a Reddit story.
Except we haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Kayla Walker. Oh, hell no! I mean, I do have to do one thing before I take this image down, and it's in honor of our wonderful mod, Katie Artist.
It's fashion meets... It's fashion... It's... Excuse me.
It's fashion. It's fashion, everyone. It is fashion.
But Kyle, I hope this makes you feel a little more validated.
Yeah, is this
in
some
your
catharsis
feelings.
for you at this point? Oh no, Kyle said I was married by I was married by association with that for 10 years. We hear you. We hear you. I hope you feel validated. I
Yeah.
hope you feel the love. I hope you feel the love. It's poor Kyle. Exactly, Carbonized. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So we got a few minutes before we need to go into What the What. So this is usually just when I talk to you guys. If you have some questions, you have comments, anything you want to say. I know there's been a lot in the media. This is also normally when we do a Lacey break, but she is very sleepy. I'm going to move this quickly and let you know. Here she is. She just had her haircut, so I don't want to bother her. Pearl Jan, thank you so much. You've been a member for 12 months. You got your what? Ooh, I got my what? What the what? Congratulations. Congratulations. That is wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. You guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. This week, though. I mean, I kind of just feel like... I feel like it's been weeks since I talked to you guys on Monday.
It's been a long week.
With everything that's happened. It won't stop. I'm so tired. Oh, Medora Art. Yes, Kyle, you deserve better. Glad you got free. Be happy. Oh, you guys are too funny. You guys are too funny.
You should have taken the purse so you could torch it later.
I don't know what I would do with that thing. I feel like I just...
Bonfire.
Bonfire. Yeah, bonfire. Bonfire. And I mean, no shame to anybody that really likes it. It's just a little bit off-putting to me.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Purses should not stare into your soul, haunting you.
No. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Kyle's like, it's been a long week. It has. It has. Katie just said purse sacrifice. Oh, Carbonize, I'm sorry. You just said my older brother is in the ICU right now. This week has been so long. I'm so sorry, Carbonized. We'll be thinking about you. I'm so sorry. You and your brother. That sucks. Sucks so much. Oh, sir, I just said I was going to sing the song that doesn't end. Yeah, this is the song that doesn't end. Yeah, and Liam Hughes just shared Liam Payne's funeral was today.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I took a look at some images of that this morning. Oh my gosh, absolutely heart-wrenching. Absolutely heart-wrenching. It looked like it was, from what we saw, it looked like a beautiful service. And there were a lot of people that went. It looks like the members of One Direction did go together, which is very nice to see. Simon Cowell was there as well. So was Cheryl and Bear, their son. And horse-drawn carriage. It just beautiful send-off. So incredibly sad. And I'm hoping that in the weeks to come, we're going to find out more about what this trial is potentially going to look like and what happens in the investigation, because there's so much that is disturbing about that case with Liam. And I've seen a lot of rumors. I've seen a lot of theories. It's just so sad. But I think it definitely, like, there was like a floral arrangement that was there, and it said daddy with like blue flowers, and my heart just broke, because it's like, you can have whatever opinion you want, but like, that little 7-year-old boy doesn't have his dad anymore. It's just so sad. So sad. Well, we'll move in past the sad news. We got to get into What the What mode, right? You guys start getting into What the What mode?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Asher's mama has been a member for 13 months. I made my one last month. Yes, you did. Congratulations. I'm sorry if I didn't congratulate you last month. I apologize if I did not do that. That would have been very sucky of me, and I'm sorry. Illy Rachel just said something just doesn't feel right about the whole thing. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let me see here. Tread Lightly just said, looking forward to What the What coming up. It's much needed today, not having the greatest start to my day. Love the Lacey break at the start of the stream. I hear you. Something happened with Martha? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, Martha. Yeah, you you lost your cat. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Oh my goodness. This is why we have What the What. Because life sucks. Life sucks, but there are good things. There are good things. Carbonizer said bring out the therapy-inducing material. Okay. Okay. It looks like, so producer sister, do you want to introduce what this is?
I don't really, it doesn't really need a huge introduction. We're doing a Reddit story from wedding shaming is where it started.
Okay.
But it's really shaming a bridesmaid and not the bride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested.
It's
I'm
also
interested.
family drama.
Family drama?
Yeah.
Oh, we love the family drama. Is it petty?
Not overly, no, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I think she's pretty justified.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I'd say one of them is very entitled, spoiled brat who needs a reality check, but you know.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, shaming my sister, who's a bridesmaid, for demanding she have honor instead of me. Okay. So there's multiple sisters in this story.
Yes, there are 3 sisters.
Three
in this
sisters.
story.
Sisters. Apparently there were other devoted sisters. It's not for this one, but
No.
you know, we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Alrighty, let's go. My older sis, my female 26.
Yep.
Older sister, female 28, has made me maid of honor for her wedding in 1 month. In 1 month and a half, sister, female 21, is throwing a fit.
So the wedding is in 1 month, and
Okay.
their half sister, female 21, is throwing a fit.
Because the 21-year-old wanted to be the maid of honor?
Yes.
Okay.
So all 3 sisters have the same mom, and the younger sister has a different dad.
Okay. Just trying to make my screen a bit bigger so it's easier for me to read. Okay. So for background, my sister, Laura, and I were raised by our mom without a dad for the first 5-ish years of my life. It was just the 3 of us until mom met my stepdad. They got married and had our little sister, Carrie, not long after. My stepdad is an awesome guy. Before he came along, Laura, mom, and I lived in a tiny apartment with nothing much but secondhand items and each other, but we were happy because we had a roof over our head and food on the table. My stepdad has an excellent job, so once they were married and had Carrie, we moved into a nice big house, a mansion compared to our apartment, and started getting nice gifts at Christmas time and birthdays. This is what Carrie grew up with, whereas we grew up with a lot of it too. I don't think it affected us as bad because we remember what it was like to be frugal and to not have much. My mom to this day is still very frugal, and we love to go thrifting or making our own items like we used to anyways, so Laura and I are very separate from Carrie in that regard. Okay. I think I'm getting the picture here. Carrie has always been spoiled, but not in a throw a tantrum and ask daddy for a new car way, but she'll ask for a $500 birthday cake and get it. Buy brand name things, and if she can't have something for whatever reason, she'll pout for 3 days and be moody. Oh. Are we having an audio skip?
I haven't seen any issues on my end.
Okay, hang on. Okay, some people are saying they closed out and came back in. Let me double check here. See what's going on. I am not having any messages about stream health problems, nor frame rate problems. Give me 1 second. Okay. And buffering. We had buffering just now? Okay. Normally I see things that there's a problem, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm getting no error messages, no nothing. No issues on my feed. It's better now. Okay. Okay, how much did you guys miss? Just double checking. That's very strange. So what I did on my end, guys, is I just turned down my own sound in case I'm clipping out because I'm getting too loud. Yeah, and no one's saying some people are having, they're not having any issues. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. It may be a loading issue. I don't know. But you may need to turn me up a little bit. Just because I tried to make sure if I'm cutting out.
Most people are saying no issues.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay. We're going to keep going then. I apologize, everybody. I just want to make sure we're all good.
Yep.
It is what it is. Okay. So she can be moody if she doesn't get what she wants.
I want to know what kind of birthday cake she's getting for $500.
Yeah.
Hoy.
That sounds a bit much, but that's just me. So surprise, surprise, she still lives with mom and dad and doesn't have a job of her own, and they seem to be fine with, but whatever. Anyways, Laura's boyfriend of 6 years proposed last year. We were all thrilled. He's a great guy and we all love him. Back when she first got engaged, she gave me, her friend Charlotte, and Carrie a box full of beautiful earrings that said, "Will you be a bridesmaid?" And mine said, "Maid of honor." We were all giddy and started coming up with ideas and discussing colors and cakes and all that fun stuff. But they decided to wait a year to save and figure out what they wanted. Okay, are we still doing okay?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to turn up a little bit then, again. Okay. Hope that's okay. You guys let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 4 months ago, Laura announced she was pregnant. And as a family, we were all excited. All except Carrie, who remained quiet and didn't say much about it. Laura then explained to her that Alan decided that they want to have the wedding in 2 months, with about 30 to 40 people so that they can really celebrate before the baby. Stepdad offered them $10K so they could have their dream wedding, but due to the circumstances, they asked if they could use most of that money on a house they were looking at instead, and he agreed. Okay, so they're trying to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. So Charlotte, Laura, Mom, and I have been frantically planning things, and it's been a lot of fun, except for the fact that Carrie hasn't said much about it from the start, and whenever we start wedding planning, she either goes on her phone and will not pay much attention. Finally, Laura had a talk and asked her for more input and to participate more, and Carrie agreed. When we were on our way to the dollar store to pick up some wedding decorations, Carrie scoffed and said, "Dollar store decorations? That's so tacky." But we ignored her and did our thing. I mean, that's big talk from somebody that doesn't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And quite bluntly, if you use things right, you can make some really nice stuff.
Yep.
Make some really nice stuff.
You can get really creative.
Yeah. Yeah. But we ignored her and did our thing. When we asked if she would help us make handmade invitations, she complained again, saying that it would look like a bunch of preschoolers made it and just stomped away. Excuse you? Excuse you? A lot of people make their own invitations and they look beautiful.
I made all your invitations.
You did, and they looked gorgeous.
I made everything paper.
Yes.
Name cards, shower invitations, wedding invitations, thank you cards.
Office supplies, paper clips, big ones. But I mean, we also used a lot of like engraving stuff.
Yeah, I had an embosser.
Yeah,
and
the stamps and everything.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful.
It was pre-Cricut, but
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Finally, just recently, we were all dress shopping, and Laura told us we can pick whatever dress we want as long as it's blue, because she wants it to be simple, and we would be paying for it ourselves. So Mom, Charlotte, and I went into H&M and found beautiful blue summer maxi dresses. Different styles. Mom had lace, mine is a floral cotton, and Laura thought that they were perfect. Except Carrie, of course, because she wanted to buy the $2K bridesmaid designer gown she found online. My mom told her that was ridiculous. Laura's gown didn't even cost that much. I mean, if it's not what the bride wants, it's not what the bride wants. Don't get the 2K dress. I mean, does that mean that their mom would have been paying the 2K for the dress?
Well, she's not working, so Daddy's probably paying for it.
That's insane. I'm sorry. Pearl Jan, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That means we're at 25?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. You guys are amazing. And welcome to the 25 new Space Angels. Much love to all of you. I'm excited. Thank you so much. Okay, I gotta keep going. But yeah, if it costs more than the bride's gown, that's a no-go for me. That's a no-go for me. So Carrie, of course, pouted and whined, so Mom gave in and we all went to this fancy bridal shop. Oh my gosh. Carrie right away found a pink blush gown that she had to wear. No, no, you don't. No, you don't, because that's not what the bride wants. Angela Dawn, I love this. This story sounds like a Jamie Lynn Spears scenario. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I can't. Okay. Mom said a firm no. Plus, it's not even blue like the other bridesmaids. My sister then said blue was the stupidest color for a bridesmaid's dress because we don't even live near the ocean.
What does that have to do with anything?
Guys, if you're having an ocean wedding, you must apparently have blue bridesmaids dresses.
And if you're not allowed.
No. No blue.
No blue for
No
you.
blue for you. So stupid. Anyways, we all left, and she had her little pout, and Mom lectured her and told her this is a frugal wedding. It's in our backyard barbecue with only 30 to 40 people, so she doesn't need a 2K designer dress of any kind. Yep. I can't. Fast forward to a few days later, and Carrie says she found the dress to wear, and she already had it in her closet. Plus, it was blue, so we thought, terrific. But when we went over to Mom and Dad's, Carrie strutted out in her old prom dress from high school, which is basically a puffy ball gown bedazzled with jewels. And as anyone does after high school, she grew out of it, so her boobs were spilling out, and overall it was not flattering. On top of that, she was wearing a tiara full of sparkling jewels that she claimed she bought just for the wedding. Why are you wearing a tiara?
Because she's special.
I want to strangle this woman. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. What bridesmaid shows up with a tiara?
I have no idea, to be honest.
How have you no shame?
Yeah.
Have you no shame? Also, like a puffy ball gown when everyone else is wearing H&M?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mom and Laura were silent, and I finally felt I'd had enough, so I snapped and I told her she couldn't possibly be serious. Wearing a dress fancier than the bride is one thing. Having your boobs spill out is another, but also wearing a crown on top of that, who does she think she is? I mean, the dress should fit. Let's be real. The dress should fit. I mean, like the boob thing, I get it. Like, I will just say this, and I'm not gonna get super into it because I don't want to. But there are people that have body shapes that it doesn't matter what they wear, the boobs are gonna be noticeable.
Yep.
Right? There's nothing they can do about it. Fortunately, I have dealt with this problem for a good amount of my life, and it sucks. And you do have to get to a point where you just kind of have to go, you know what? I'm not going to shame myself anymore for my body. It is what it is. And if I want to wear the dress, I'm going to wear the dress. But I think it still has to fit you. And puffy ball gown is not appropriate for a bridesmaid's dress unless all of the other bridesmaids are wearing puffy ball gowns. And nobody should be wearing a tiara.
Nope.
The bride can wear the tiara. It's her day. That's it. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm sorry. I can't. Okay. Carrie crossed her arms and said, I'm the maid of honor. Of course I'm going to wear a crown.
Apparently I should have worn a crown, Kim, for your wedding.
I mean, I wore a crown.
You're the bride!
And to be honest, it was because I had a Disney dress. I had a Disney fairy tale dress. Back when Alfred Angelo was doing them. They were not as obscenely expensive as they are now. And I got a little crown in Disney.
Yeah, at Magic Kingdom.
Yes, and I believe with my now husband. Mm-hmm. We picked it out because we thought it was adorable, and he was like, you should do it. And we just had fun with it. It was a fun thing. It was not that serious. But like, yeah, thank you, Pearl Jan. What, does she think it's Game of Thrones? Like, you're not... Okay. This is when we all get silent. Until Laura speaks up and says, Maid of honor? I made Amy maid of honor. You and Charlotte are the bridesmaids. Well, this triggered Carrie, and she began screeching, What do you mean I'm not that okay for screeching?
Not bad.
Okay.
Haven't had it come through the headphones yet, but you know.
When you gave us those presents, I got earrings because I'm maid of honor. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Carbonize. The audacity. The audacity. But not only that, but like if you're the maid of honor, what exactly have you done?
Yeah.
Because to me, you sound like the crappiest maid of honor I've ever heard. You're not partaking, like, you're not helping with the decorations, really. You're just complaining. You're not, like, any... What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
I can't, I'm sorry. Lacey is sort of awake. Her eyes are kind of looking at me. She's like, you good? Okay. She's going back to sleep. She's fine.
No, you need to read Kyle's comment.
Kyle? My friend's wife, oh no, had her wedding dress modeled after the White Queen of Narnia?
What the crap?
That's a choice. That is choice. Did they serve Turkish delight? Was this like a whole thing where there's sleds everywhere?
Did she have the ice crown?
Oh my gosh,
thing?
did she have a like ice sculptures?
Was it like melting throughout the day?
Did Mr. Tumnus officiate? I have questions. Okay.
So many questions.
Sorry, I have so many questions now. I can't. Okay. I gotta keep going. Oh, yeah. Carbonite just said she knew the White Queen was bad, right?
Right?
Like literally an allegory of Satan, right? Was she aware of this fact? Silky, that's so demure.
Very mindful.
Very mindful. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Aaron. And Turkish delight is awesome. I was gonna ask, is that like a thing that was on each of the tables? Like when you sat down, was there like a Turkish delight on all of the plate? I'm sorry, this is gonna go on forever. This is a problem. Were the wedding favors like lampposts? I don't know. Anyway. Now, I don't know if it was for the past year, Carrie really truly thought that she was the maid of honor and got the title bridesmaid mixed up, or if she was in denial, or she just simply didn't pay attention to detail, because I've been the maid of honor this entire time and she hasn't said anything about it until then. But this caused her to have the worst meltdown I think I have ever witnessed in my life. I truly thought that people only acted like this in the movies or storybooks. Whenever a Redditor would post about a bridezilla or a wedding meltdown, I always thought, this must be exaggerated. Sometimes it's not, unfortunately. Sometimes it is not. But this has been the worst meltdown ever in our family. Carrie began screaming, crying, perfect storm. She could show you deplorable things. She ripped off her crown and stomped around until Dad came down to see what all the fuss was about. Through her blubbering, she told Laura and her wedding was all wrong. She said she should be using that $10K for a nice wedding instead of that ugly brick house her and Alan wanted, because that's what the money was meant for. She also said it was the stupidest idea ever that my sister would want to get married while pregnant because you'll look like a fat swan in your wedding dress. Oh my gosh. Why would you want to be the maid of honor in this wedding?
I have no
if this is how
idea.
you feel. Like why
Attention?
why? I can't. And again, she rambled on to something about how blue is a dumb color because we don't live near the ocean. I think at this point she's just pulling stuff out of her butt. And Dad tried to calm her down, but she finally screams, if she can't be maid of honor, then no one can, and she won't go to the wedding. Carrie, this is a Wendy's. You need to stop. Like,
Yeah.
No, if you don't want to be the maid of honor, that's
Then fine.
You're not the maid of honor.
You can leave.
And if you don't want to go, then you're not going to go. But you do not control this wedding. You don't control your sister's wedding. That is bonkers. That is literally bonkers. General Scott, exactly. Rip to the ice swan. Rip to the ice swan. Oh, that's it. Do it for Carrie. Exactly, Katie Artist. I can't.
And the thing is, too, like, that I don't like her insulting. Normally, I am very much, if someone gives you a donation towards your wedding, you spend it on the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole big madness post that Charlotte did years ago that kind of touched on this.
All hail Charlotte Dovray. I love you.
If you're not going to spend it on the wedding, To me, putting it towards a down payment on a house, that's okay.
Well, I feel like the game changes a bit too when you're expecting a child.
Yes.
Right? Because you now have to think about, you're going to be a parent.
Yeah.
You need to have somewhere for the kid to grow up. And they got permission.
Yeah, they got permission, and it's a very responsible thing to do with the money.
100%. 100%. And it doesn't sound like this is something that she's really wanted, this crazy fancy wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe that's what Carrie wants.
But it's not what she wants.
But it's not what she wants.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
My gosh. Okay. At this point, Laura is a mess and is crying her heart out, and I'm ready to smack that little witch so hard that the crown stays off her head permanently. But before I could say anything, Laura says, "Fine, you can be maid of honor, you win." No, 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 no. No, and just like that, Carrie stopped crying and gave a small smile before going up to her room. Oh my gosh. No, you can't give in to that. No, 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 no. Mom and Dad start arguing, saying there's nothing they can do to control a 20-year-old's behavior, and Laura had went to the next room to call Alan about potentially canceling the wedding. I'm so angry that I end up storming into Carrie's room to see that she's on her laptop. Oh, what's she doing? Does she have her vision board?
Not quite.
Ordering that stupid pink 2K dress. And in that moment, whatever chill would have been in my body would have migrated to Antarctica. Never to be seen again. Never, never to be seen. I would have no more F's to give.
Nope. It's now war.
Oh gosh, I think I would see red. I think I would actually see red. I was so dumbfounded at the nerve of her that I couldn't even face her. I left and didn't say a word. You are a stronger woman than I. Downstairs, Laura is crying to her fiancé and parents are yelling while Carrie is happily in her room buying stupid crap because she got her way. I don't think I've ever been this angry. I wish Laura had more of a backbone. I would have told Carrie not to bother coming if she was going to act like that. I don't even know what to do now. I'm also hurt that Laura gave the title to her just like that because she screamed for it. I don't know what to say or do anymore. What should I do? Quick edit. We live on a farm, so we have approximately 6 acres of open space where we're holding the wedding.
Just further just context, this is in August of 2020. So that's part of why this edit is here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. The cooks who are preparing the hot dogs and hamburgers will be wearing masks. The guests will all be required to wear masks. And we have hand sanitizer bottles at every table. I'm sorry I'd forgotten to include that. Personally, I wouldn't want to risk it too much, but I'll be wearing a mask and hand sanitizing constantly so I don't have to miss my sister's wedding and pray that everything turns out fine. I'd also argue because she's pregnant, that's you got to be really careful.
Yeah. And she did clarify in a comment that they were following all the legal rules of the country they were in at the time. So.
Yeah. Is somebody else having another mic issue? Are we okay?
I haven't had anything
come
through on mine, so
okay.
I think it's more of a YouTube thing.
Yeah. We've been having okay, I'll let you guys know on the back end of YouTube. We've been having some issues in studio today. There hasn't been anything reported, but what creators see on the back end has been weird at points. Just so you guys know. So I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're going to keep going. Okay. We also have a little tap at the side of our house we use as a sink all the time that's available to guests. I forgot that a lot of people right now aren't taking any precautions at all, so just wanted to mention we are, if at least a little. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Update 1. Are we ready, everyone? Oh, weird. Pearl Jen just said, I'm watching from the phone and the TV. The phone stream has issues. The TV doesn't. Weird. Okay, so that is a coding issue within YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can fix that. Everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Producer sister?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. August 20th. I just wanted to post an update on what has happened this afternoon. When I made that post, it was already 3 days past the Carrie meltdown, so I gave it a lot of time and thought and soaked in everyone's piece of advice on here. Alan, Laura's fiance, had actually called me early this morning and asked if I'd be able to go see Laura because he's fed up with all of Carrie's BS. Yeah, and we need to act fast. I was relieved to hear I wasn't the only one fed up besides those on Reddit, and I went over straight away. Okay. Let me take a look here. I'm still seeing you guys saying that there's problems, and the problem is, guys, I'm not seeing anything.
So it's YouTube.
Okay, then it may be YouTube. I would just say then, guys, if you're having issues, come back in, go out, come back in. It's not our connection. And I'm seeing comments about something that's happened with Diddy.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, all right, we're going to keep going. We'll break if we need to, guys, okay? Never stops. Never freaking stops. Oh my gosh. Okay. Laura was on the couch in her PJs, hair unwashed, and it looked like she'd been crying for the past few days. I don't blame her. The image absolutely broke my heart, and immediately she apologized to me and said she didn't know what to do now. Alan said he thought the three of us should sit down with her and have an intervention, but Laura shut down that right away and said she doesn't think she could handle any more yelling. I agreed that being yelled at is the last thing Laura needs, and it should be just me and Alan. But Laura was nervous about that too. She didn't want Carrie to feel like she was being bombarded. Well, I mean, if there was the three of you on one, it probably would be worse, but that's just, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. So finally, after a few back and forths, Laura decided that she just wanted me alone to talk to Carrie without mom and dad and her, so together I made a list of things that I need to address with her so that way things don't steer off topic, such as how it's unacceptable to yell at a pregnant woman no matter the circumstances, how disrespectful she was to criticize anything with the wedding and the name calling, and of course the most important part about her crying in order to be maid of honor. I also decided to bring up with Laura about the fact that Charlotte and I, the other bridesmaid, were planning to have a fun bachelorette slumber party in a few days to help Laura celebrate. Laura's face lit up as she seemed excited. I told her it was supposed to be a surprise and Carrie was supposed to come, but given the circumstances and the fact that it's at my flat, I don't want her there anymore, and I wanted to see if Laura was fine with that. She said she was, and she'd much rather have her other friend over in place of her. I told her that was completely fine, and after some more talking, I made my way to mom and dad's to see Carrie. Oh my goodness. Pearl Jen, my thoughts immediately, accidentally throwing my wine on her dress. I don't blame her. As soon as I walked in, Mom asked me what I was doing there, and I told her I needed to speak to Carrie. Mom looked around in a hushed robe, and told me it's best I leave because the last 3 days after things were resolved, Carrie has been perfectly happy and no one in the house needs any more drama. No. It's not about Carrie's happiness. It is not about Carrie's happiness. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My goodness. My goodness. Producer sister, Are you seeing anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Anyone who is seeing stuff right now, can you let us know where you're seeing it?
Yeah.
We can take a look.
We need a source.
We need a source. We need a source.
And unfortunately, random person on YouTube isn't a source. We need like a news outlet.
Is there an article?
Yeah.
Is there anything? Let me know. I told Mom I was sorry, but things were in fact not resolved. They were far from resolved. And that's when Carrie walked into the kitchen and asked what I was doing there. Mom tried to brush it off and say nothing. Amy was just coming to get something, but she's on her way now. But I told her, no, actually that's a lie. I'm here to talk to you about what happened the other day. Alone. Carrie didn't seem pleased, and Mom's face was as red as a tomato, but Carrie and I proceeded to go into her bedroom to talk. I firstly told her how completely unacceptable it was for her to raise her voice and scream at a pregnant woman because of how harmful it was to the baby. Immediately, Carrie scoffed and said, "No, it isn't. Don't make up lies to make me feel guilty." I told her what lies. She said the baby isn't going to be affected just because I raise my voice. It doesn't even know what's going on. You're just making stuff up. Oh my gosh. Ma'am. Ma'am. I don't know if this young woman is mature enough to be in this position at this time, to be a maid of honor. You know what I'm saying, producer sister?
Mm-hmm.
She's not ready for this. She's not ready for this. Absolutely not. Oh my goodness. I decided it's no use arguing with stupid, and I told her, pregnant or not, this was Laura's wedding and not hers, and all of the name calling she did and harsh criticism of the decorations was completely childish and unacceptable. I then brought up the fact that her throwing that tantrum to get her way was the most childish thing I've ever seen in my life. And if things were reversed and I made Laura take away Carrie's maid of honor job, she, Carrie, would have lost her mind. So how was it in any way all right for her to do it to me? Fair. Fair. In response to that, she told me I'm acting pathetic and that I reek of jealousy. I'm sorry? She reeks of jealousy? She reeks of jealousy? Oh, this is insane. She then said, there's no real problem here. You're just jealous Laura decided she wanted me after all. Oh, there would be fists. There would be fists! There would be fists! Oh my gosh. I told her this was false. She wanted me, otherwise she wouldn't have asked, but agreed to make Carrie maid of honor to stop the fighting. Carrie then very smugly said there was nothing I could do about it now, so I better get over it. Oh! I'm mad. I'm actually, like, I feel my blood pressure going up. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That's when I told her she was no longer welcome to the sleepover we had planned, and that Laura also did not want her to come. Until Carrie decides to apologize to both me, Laura, and our parents for her outrageous behavior, she was no longer welcome in my and my fiance's home. Good. Good, good. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Suddenly, Mom burst through the door. I'm assuming she was listening in, of course, and went completely ape. She told me I had no right to ban Carrie from the sleepover and from my house. It's her house. So actually, yes, she does. But okay. And that the only reason I was doing it was to get back at her. She told me I was stirring up unnecessary drama. Oh my gosh. That at least Carrie didn't mean to hurt feelings the other day, whereas right now I'm doing it on purpose. Excuse you?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Carrie is the most calculated bitch I think I've heard about this year. What even is this? Seriously, she purposely has manipulated this whole situation to try to make herself be the belle of this ball.
Yep.
At her sister's wedding. Complete with a crown. Girl, please. My mom then goes over to Carrie and starts rubbing her back and says, I know, honey, she's being very rude to you right now. You didn't start anything.
And when I ink of you, yes, I agree. Mom is part of the problem.
Okay. I need a minute here. I need a minute for my sanity. Okay, first of all, have we figured out what's going on with the Diddy stuff?
I think it's an older lawsuit.
Okay.
They're just covering. From what I can tell, because I don't see anything from new reporting.
Okay. I will take a look here quickly. Because I have so many, like, things that come in anytime anything's posted, and I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're good for now. Okay, if this was your wedding, would Carrie be welcome? Yes or no? Okay, is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
So Carrie is this sister, the mess,
the entitled
mess. Just, I need my moment. I need my moment. It's okay, V-Love. Believe me, I get it. It's hard keeping them all close right now. We're over 35 civil lawsuits right now. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Have we had any more issues with sound? Let me know. Let me know. I think we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not getting any errors
Yep.
or nothing, so that's nice.
Carbonized.
What? What did Carbonized say? What did she say? What did she say? Carrie wouldn't be welcome at my funeral. Never mind my wedding.
That's fair.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, and General Scott. I agree.
Okay. I can't see it yet. That's when I noticed my stepdad standing at the door, and I say to him, "Did you not see all this? Did you see at least? Did she at least tell you she bought that pink $2,000 dress?" Dad looked awkwardly between my mom, sister, and me before saying, "I think everyone is stressed out and no one means what they say. Sisters fight, but I know at the end of the wedding you'll all be best of friends again."
Will they?
No. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Okay, General Sky, I just saw yours, you're right. No. Hell no. At this point, I really, really had enough. I told everyone I was leaving, and my mom got up and said the discussion wasn't over. I told her, actually, it was over, unless Carrie apologizes to me and Laura, and I will not be speaking to her. Yes, stand your ground. Stand your ground. On my way out, I heard Carrie say there was nothing she needs to apologize about, but I kept walking. To say I was hurt and angry was an understatement, but with how my head was pounding, I just wanted some Advil and juice, so I went to the nearest drugstore. Oh, we have that in common. We have that in common. Give me my Advil and give me my apple juice, please. Just leave me be. Now, this part might have been where I crossed over the line. I'm honestly not so sure. But in my last post, I didn't mention, because I didn't find it relevant, that Carrie has a boyfriend she's been going out with for approximately 6 months. His name is Noah. He's 27, and he's a hardcore Christian and an overall really cool guy. I met him at the city's university about 2 years ago, and we had a lot of the same courses together and became pals. He and Carrie have quite a bit in common. They both love animals. He fosters animals all the time, and Carrie at that point was debating on studying to be a vet. So at the beginning of January, Noah moved back to our part of the city where he got a job as a pharmacist, and that's where he and Carrie started going out, which we were all cool with because he's a really great person. Because of his Christian values, he's very excited to get married and have kids ASAP. He said multiple times he hopes to be engaged by the end of the year. Carrie is also his first relationship, which might be another reason he is so anxious for the commitment. Okay. Oh no, where are we going with this now? Anyways, I got some Advil and juice, and I was surprised to see Noah because I didn't know he worked at this particular pharmacy, so he waved me over and saw the Advil and asked if I was sick. I told him no, just a headache from the wedding stress, and he said, "Oh, Carrie never mentioned any wedding stress. She told me things were going terrific."
Yeah, for her.
This surprised me, but mostly pissed me off, so I asked him if that means she never told him about the situation a few days before. He said he had no clue. So I made it brief and I told him the highlights of her name calling, screaming, and choosing her own dress against my sister's wishes, and how she's now the new maid of honor. This surprised Noah, and he said stuff like, "Are you sure? I know Carrie. She always hates yelling. She didn't actually make that big of a scene, did she?" I told him yes. It was all, unfortunately, true. Then I told him that if she talks to him, please recommend her some sort of therapist. He knows quite a few. And I told him perhaps she might even need medicine for bipolar disorder for all I know. Oh, you were mad. You were mad. Oh. I told him I am now out of her life unless she apologized, and if I were him, I would think very carefully before making a commitment to her anytime soon. He stood there and didn't respond, so I left and I went home. Alan and my fiance were playing video games, and they asked what happened, so I told them everything. Alan and the fiance think I was in the right for everything, including warning Noah. I mean, I am in favor of warning Noah, because you want to know that the person you're potentially going to spend the rest of your life with is capable of that. Like, can you imagine planning a wedding with this woman?
No.
Oh my gosh. I mean, probably the comments like she needs medication or whatever were crossing the line, in my opinion, but I also get it. Like, you're exhausted. You've been through it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Later on that evening, however, I got countless texts from Carrie and my mother who were furious that I mentioned anything to Noah, just to start ish on purpose. I did not respond to any of the messages. Instead, I blocked both of their numbers for the time being. As for Noah, Carrie has him wrapped around her little finger completely, so I honestly don't see him doing anything drastic. He sees how she is when she's so pouty and how she is when she's spoiled, but I think all of that goes over his head completely. But I still felt I needed to say something. I don't blame you.
At least you know you tried.
You tried. You did what
when
you
it
could.
inevitably blows up later.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could say I feel better and like a new woman, but I don't. I feel hurt and betrayed, and it feels like my throat and my chest are clogged, and I honestly don't know if it'll ever clear. At the end of the day, Laura called me and said she really wants me as her maid of honor, but in order to keep the peace, she is choosing Carrie. For now, I will swallow my pride and my pain and support my favorite sister in anything she decides, and I'm going to love my new niece/nephew to bits. Thank you to everyone listening. If you have any more words of wisdom, I am all ears. Okay, do we have another update?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. How are we doing, everybody? This is crazy. This is crazy. One of you would welcome Carrie. I'm guessing one of you. Who said yes? Show yourself. Show yourself. Or are you trolling? Are you trolling me? Insane. Absolutely insane. Oh man, I hate this. I can't. Yeah, General Scott just said if Noah and Carrie got married, it didn't last 6 weeks. I don't think they're going to get to the altar if this is the way she's going to be. You know, if you are the type of person that when everybody's wearing H&M to a wedding, that you're like, I need a $2,000 bridesmaid's dress, what is she going to be like when she's the bride? I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
it's too much. It's too much. She's going to be the, like, we have to go to Kleinfeld's, and I need the $25,000 dress, and I need to have the perfect venue, and everybody needs to have, like, it's gonna be like $100,000 wedding.
At least.
At least. It's crazy. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Let's keep going. Update to August 31st. So it was about 2 weeks. I think it's all been a weird blur since I had that talk with Carrie, and since then I blocked my mom, dad, and Carrie on everything. I was just hoping things may settle down on their own. Well, it didn't exactly settle, but here's what happened. About 2 weeks after everything, my fiance and I were just chilling late one evening watching TV. It was around 2 a.m. when my fiance gets a phone call from Carrie. At 2 a.m., ma'am, somebody better have died if you're going to call me at 2 in the morning. Unless I've had a conversation with you previously that, like, I'm here for you no matter what time it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my girls, my friends, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I will pick up the phone at any time. Always. Always. Okay? But I'm just saying, like, if I have an issue with you and you're calling me at 2 in the morning, somebody better be dead. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone... I'm not trying to be rude. Like producer sister, you could call me at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
This chick? No.
Nope.
No.
You have not earned that right.
Oh, gosh. Can't. Okay. He had never blocked her number or mom's, so at first we just left it, not wanting to deal with whatever Carrie was wanting to talk about at 2 a.m. But then right after we ignored the first call, she called a second time and left a voice message telling my fiance to pick up the phone ASAP because there is an emergency. Right away, he called back, and from what we could understood, Carrie, something was going on with mom, and she didn't know what to do. Okay, this better be real. We hurried over there and was greeted by Carrie, who told us mom was acting hysterical, and she didn't know what to do. Oh, thank you, Heather, for the 5 gifted memberships. That's so kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Welcome to the new Space Angels. It is great to have you all. Producer sister, what does that bring us to?
30.
Heather brought us to 30. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you for your support as always on this channel. We so appreciate you. Thank you. That's awesome. 30's a good day. 30 is a good day. Okay. When I asked where stepdad was, she said they had gotten into a huge row a few days prior, and he was now staying at a hotel somewhere. She led us over to mom's room, and on the way there, I could see family photos that were hung up in the hallway were either laying on the floor or smashed. When we entered the bedroom, however, my mom was calmly watching a TV show. She looked over to me and said something along the lines of, "Well, if it isn't my only daughter." Her speech was incredibly slurred, so it was hard to hear, and Carrie told me not to pay any mind to what she was saying. because in the last hour she'd been out of it saying off things. I thought maybe my mom was going to stop shouting or something, but instead she continued to watch TV. Oh, are we having a break? Are we having a psychotic break?
I think you'll see.
Okay. Heather, thank you for another gifted membership, bringing us back to Team Odd at 31. Thank you very, very much. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the support as always. The likes, the subs, the joins, the super chats, the stickers, the gifts, the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. All of you. I appreciate all of you. Oh, King Bob just did. Now we're 32. Thank you, guys. Okay. I asked Carrie if mom was drunk. Sorry, I'm just laughing, King Bob. I know you did that to make it odd, and now you're going to be like, no! You guys are too funny. Thank you. Much love to you all. I asked Carrie if mom was drunk. She said she wasn't sure, although she knew she'd had some wine earlier. Apparently, mom had been saying some weird stuff that made no sense at all, and then started screaming and shouting about broken families being stuck in the picture frames, and that's why there was a mess in the hall. Oh, dear. As I was questioning Carrie, my fiance decided to call the emergency line to get my mom an ambulance. He asked Carrie if mom was on any medication, and apparently she was on something for anxiety and depression, which I had no idea. I knew my mom had anxiety issues, but I never knew much else. Okay. I may have a soapbox moment in a few minutes. I have a feeling. We'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you, General Scott, for the gifted membership. That brings us to 33. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, General Scott. Thank you to everybody who has supported today. Much love to all of you. Thank you. Once fiance got off the phone with the emergency line, Carrie went and grabbed bottles of mom's medications to bring to the doctors, while fiance tried to get a hold of my stepdad. I asked Carrie if she contacted our other sister, and she said no, because she didn't want to cause any unnecessary stress for the baby. Oh.
Now she cares.
Oh. That's so... Okay. She then went on to admit that she knew I was right the entire time when I told her that stress could affect pregnancy, but just didn't want to admit it before. I decided now wasn't the time to argue, and I just kept my mouth shut. Oh, I think I may have kept my mouth shut, but my face would have had closed captioning. If looks could kill. Oh my goodness. Eventually the paramedics came, and just as they did, my mom started screaming in hysterics again, screaming and yelling stuff I don't even quite remember because it was all garbled and it didn't make sense. Something about her needing to stay to feed the baby. Okay. We all went to the hospital, and eventually fiance finally got a hold of stepdad, and he arrived much later. But the doctor figured with the amount of stress with her and dad's constant fighting, plus the mixture of alcohol and medication, turns out she had drank quite a bit that night. It was like she just snapped and became somewhat confused and disoriented. Yeah. He also figures mom hadn't been taking her medication properly. Physically, mom was perfectly fine, but they're keeping her for a few days just to keep an eye on her. Due to COVID, I haven't been able to visit her or see her until she gets released, but dad was able to go in and verify a few things. But as far as I know, he's not really allowed to stay with her either, and was only able to see her that night she was admitted. Okay. Is there anything more to this breakdown I don't know, producer sister?
No.
Okay. This is like a personal thing for me, and this is just kind of a soapbox moment, and I just want to say this because I've been open with you guys about my mental health journey. It's been like a lifelong thing. You know, I was diagnosed originally with depression when I was in my teens, and anxiety disorders and everything else, and I have been on medication since. I have spoken to so many people that don't believe that they need to be careful with alcohol and taking those medications. Please talk to your doctor. Please talk to your pharmacist. Figure out what is safe if you are on any of these medications. Because I cannot tell you how many times I have seen situations like this or heard about situations like this. And I have even been in situations where I have told people that supposedly care about me that I cannot have more than a certain amount of alcohol while I am on certain medications because of the danger that it can put me in. And they don't listen, and they think I'm overreacting. This is why. Because it can affect you. There's reasons that there are these warning labels on meds. Please be careful. Please, please, please be careful, because it can get really serious really quickly. And I know this isn't a part of What the What, but it's just Producer sister, does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, it bothers me so much. And it's just so ridiculous to me that, so many of us are on these medications and there's nothing shameful about it, but we just have to be careful. That's all.
And I think just to piggyback with that, if you offer someone a drink and they say no, don't pressure
no.
them to drink.
They said no.
You have no idea why they're saying no. It's not your decision, and we're going to assume that they are of legal age in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Do not pressure people to drink. Don't give alcohol to minors either, but just adult to adult. You don't know why they're saying no, and they have every right to say no. And contrary to popular belief, you don't have to drink to have fun.
No.
If you want to drink and someone else doesn't, that's fine. But don't push it on people.
Yeah, it's not
And they
okay.
also don't owe you an explanation as to why they're saying no.
They don't. But it's just, unfortunately, I have had more people in my adult life literally pressure me to drink than I have had in my teens. It's insane. And I'm really sick of it. But anyway, okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay. As for the actual wedding stuff, Carrie and I were driving back home, and she told me that Laura texted her a few days before I told her that I was still going to be mother-in-law. The decision was final, and she would not be answering her or her parents' phone calls or texts about the matter. Hearing this had led to more fighting between mom and dad and Carrie and shouting, and that's when things went mostly downhill. Neither Carrie or my parents have spoken to Laura in a few days since. I was completely taken aback, especially since Laura had never told me this herself. I tried getting more information, but Carrie was pretty much silent the entire way back home. Shame. 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 She did have a little speech prepared about how she might no longer ever consider me her sister again, how betrayed she was by everything. Girl, please. Girl, go home. Go home. Oh my gosh. I just let her talk and I didn't have much to say. I was too tired to fight or do anything, and she had nothing else to say about the wedding or mom's breakdown, and we haven't spoken. And I haven't spoken to her since. Okay. Currently, I am looking for family therapy for the very near future. I am not sure what's available since COVID, but I am planning getting in touch with my mom's doctor to see if he has any suggestions. I told Alan what happened, and I'm hoping that he will be able to tell Laura without stressing her out too much. I suggested he keep it vague to tell her that mom was completely fine. Completely fine. This all started because of wedding plans, but I guess we just had our problems from the start and it all escalated. Feel free to ask any of the questions. I'll do my best to answer. It's all been a bit foggy for me, so I may have left out important details. Oh my gosh.
But she's maid of honor again.
She is, but like, I love how her mom is literally in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
In part due to the stress that she's been under. Like, I want to be very clear. It is not Carrie's fault that her mom drank.
No.
It's not. It's not. But we are in this place of very high stress because of a problem that she's created that is supposed to be a happy time for the family.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of gross. That sucks. Update 3.
Last update.
Okay. January 10th, 2021.
This is a few months later.
Yes. Laura had the wedding. It was before the second lockdown and out at our family's farm with maybe about 50 people that showed. Carrie wore the dress she chose because Laura caved and then wore the tiara thing she picked out. I want to throw things. Days before the wedding, Carrie made Facebook posts directed at me. Just statuses saying stuff like, can't believe my own family would be so toxic and bully me. That's choice. That's choice. Stuff like that, so I eventually blocked her. Honestly, nothing too out there happened during the wedding. Carrie got drunk, of course, and tried to sing and dance and make attention fall on her, of course, but nothing overtly out there. Gave me the cold shoulder big time if I would enter the room and she would announce that she can't be around negative energy and then leave, dragging her boyfriend with her. Ma'am, you are the queen of negative energy. Like, we need to have a ritual or something to get rid of it. That, like, I feel this through the computer. The negativity. Like, no. Poor Noah. Her boyfriend proposed to her. No, Noah, no! Noah! Noah, no! Oh. And texting me asking if I would please try to make up with her and help plan the wedding. No. No. She wouldn't. I mean, Carrie wouldn't even like the things that she'd want to do anyway.
No.
Right? Like, no.
They're tacky.
No. You can get a wedding planner. Right? Get a wedding planner. Pay someone. I told him I was sorry and I still wanted to be his friend, but I just can't have her in my life. He told me he was sorry and he hopes we one day reconcile. I haven't spoken to Carrie in months, but Laura is doing good and they still keep in touch. Mom and stepdad have been silent and I've just been keeping my distance as well. I don't have any of them on Facebook anymore, but Laura keeps me in the loop. Anyways, not much else has happened. Not a very exciting update, but thanks everyone for the support. Oh, I am Team OP. All the way. Oh my goodness. Okay. Edit. On those of you saying I shouldn't have told Noah I think Carrie is bipolar, you're probably right. Okay. I want to say I never meant it in a malicious way. My good friend is bipolar and recently started taking medication. I began noticing similar outbursts and traits between the two of them, and it was my friend who suggested Carrie might be. I brought it up to Noah because I wondered, since he's in the medical field, if he would have any knowledge or be able to convince her to see someone. I in no way judge anyone who is bipolar. Also, I in no way claim that I am the victim or 100% innocent in this. Of course, I've had my own arguments with Carrie beforehand and during this, so I know she's not just the bad guy here. I usually try to stay out of any outbursts her or my mom had in the past. Okay. I mean, we love a self-aware queen, right? And I understand, like, and the other thing I'd say too is that no one is able to fully say things the way they want to say them when they're really upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most people aren't at their best in those situations.
No. And there we go. That's the What the What.
And she did say in a comment, Laura had a baby girl.
Oh, congratulations to Laura. That is wonderful. Oh, wow. What a mess.
Yep.
What a mess. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well, can we get some hearts in the chat? Say thank you to producer sister for putting that together for us. We haven't done a Reddit story in a while. That was fun.
We did the pumpkin one a few weeks back.
We did, but like this was good. This was good. I liked it. Let me see here quickly. Just checking in with you guys in the chat. I haven't been able to read everything as much. Nizkato, the best. I hope I said that okay. You said something that you wished you could support me more. It's fine. Just you being here is huge. Subscribing, liking, all that stuff is big. And I will say, if you would like a membership, just make sure you've allowed gifts, because we do have a very generous community. And if you want a membership and you don't have one, we don't decide where these gifted memberships go. They just kind of go. But you have to allow them on your account in order to be eligible to receive one. And from what we have heard, the more active you are on the channel, whether that be through like views, comments, anything like that, it's more likely that you will get one. So if you are watching my streams, you're liking stuff, all that type of thing, and you don't have one membership and you want one, allow gifts, and chances are it will come through at some point. And much love to you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Katie, she just put the link in the chat. If you don't know how to turn on gifts, there's the link that Katie just posted gives you instructions.
Thank you, Katie. Yeah. Well, guys, we are at about the 2-hour mark, which is usually when I start to wind down the stream. And we've gone through our What the What. We've done the thing. So this is last call. And this is where we just kind of chill. And if you guys have questions, anything you want to say, now is the time. Or, forever hold your peace until the next stream. and we'll go from there. But thank you guys so much for being here. This has been a great stream. You guys have been so good to me. I am seeing 33 new members, which is wild. Thank you so much. Sorry?
Wow.
Yeah. What?
That's a lot.
It is. It is. It's a huge amount, and I'm very, very thankful, and I appreciate you guys. Let me see here. Oh, Katie just said thank you for the distraction. Oh gosh, I know, right? It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Let me look here. Let me go here. Okay, why is my screen doing that? There we go. Sorry, I had weird grid lines pop up over my viewer. I'm like, what's happening? Why are there so many boxes? It's okay. It's okay. No, I think. Oh, Christina, I'm sorry that you lost your cat too. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. It's oh. Oh, good. J-Lo Ducky said, I feel like I need to go find something cute or funny to calm down from the Reddit story. I mean, we can look at that purse again if you want. We can pull back up Kyle's purse. I know it's not Kyle's purse, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That was a moment.
The picture of the purse from Kyle.
Yes, the picture of the purse from Kyle. Kyle's trauma. But yes, Christina, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know my brain is all over the place right now. My brain feels like ping pong currently, and I'm very sorry about that. But you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for choosing me today. I have no idea where we're going with this Diddy stuff, though, guys. I really don't. I mean, I have the feeling. J-Lo Ducky just said cute, not traumatizing. I mean, I can ask Lacey. She's been napping a little bit. Lacey, do you want to come up and say hello to everybody? Can we get double Lacey? Yeah, okay. Come here. Here we go. Here we go. Does this help? Is this better? Lacey, do you have a yawn or a burp or anything for anybody? I know. You're sleepy. You're sleepy. Yeah. Yeah. So Carbon has just said, as that Reddit story closes, the sound of Jamie Lynn Spears sobbing follows the toxic Carrie into Reddit history. Pretty much. Big Jamie Lynn vibes. Very weird. Very weird. You doing okay? Yeah. I think you make everybody feel better. Yeah. We love you. Okay? Should I put you back in your seat? Should I put you back in your seat? Yeah, I don't think you feel like burping today, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's been a big day.
It has. It's been a big day. It's been a big day. All right. Back in your bed. All righty. Oh. Okay, so V-Love just said, I'm back in regards to the Diddy lawsuit. The Jane Doe who has to reveal her face came out and said that she was a child. She was 13. Okay, I will take a look at it. I'll take a look at everything. I know this is part of the thing now with the Buzbee lawsuits that I think are going to get a little bit weird, a little bit crazy, is people are now being told they may have to show their identities, which I think is very scary. I would be very afraid to do that myself. And if that is the case, I think we could have these updates. But the problem is all of these cases are currently identified as Jane and John Doe's. And I think now we have close to 20 of them from Buzbee. And that gets hard to be able to figure out which one is which because people aren't giving case numbers in these arguments. So it's tough, but I will look into it and see what I can find. Well, everybody, I think I'm going to wind down the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Much love to all of you. I am going to go lie down because, oh my gosh. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you guys so much. Producer Sisters, anything you want to say?
No, just thank you guys for being here.
Alrighty. All right, I'm going to roll that outro. Please make sure you leave a comment at the end of the stream. It really helps out the algorithm. So like once the stream is done, reload the page and leave a comment. It means the world to me. It just lets YouTube know that this video has engagement not only as a stream, but as a standalone video, which helps me out a lot in the algorithm. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Talk to you later.